Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today it's Peaky Blinders time. This is season 5, episode 4. This one's called The Loop. So, no idea what to expect. Maybe they're going to Chicago to check out The Loop. Michigan Avenue. Who knows? Be a lot of fun, I'm sure.
All I know is I'm a good man. I just got the hands of the devil, and I'm ready, willing, able to see what Arthur has in store this episode.
Habarama's in it. Arthur's in it. Of course, Tommy's in it. Last episode was a complete mess. Can't wait to see what this one brings.
Yeah, I wish sometimes I wouldn't read these descriptions because they tell us.
Got to do that.
They're not spoiling, but they tell us stuff. I don't know why. Well, let's go!
Hey, Steve, can I get a water?
Coming right up. Got a fresh pack right down here. Oh, my back. Oh.
Uh-oh. Looks like Steve's back just called it quits.
Some help would be good right about now.
Yeah, you're going to need some help with that, Steve. Your injury could be worth millions. You should consider calling Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm,
with more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you if you become their client.
But Steve's worried. He doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees. Worry no more. Morgan & Morgan will fight for every penny you deserve. And guess what? The fee is absolutely free, unless you win. But Steve doesn't want to sue his boss, even though he hasn't gotten his surgery bills covered in the last 6 months. Steve, when you sue for an injury, you're not suing your boss. You're suing the insurance company.
So if you've been a victim in a workplace injury or any other personal injury, you can hit the link in the description to get Morgan & Morgan to fight for you.
Steve did, and now he's back in the game.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no red hand.
Yet. Grace haunting his memories again. Or dreams, I should say.
Happy or sad, Tommy?
Oh, look at how blue his eyes are. Oh.
Even if you
Gave
Dude,
him an
have they
option.
even played...
I don't think they have.
They haven't
this
played
season.
red hand at all this season, which, when they do that, that means they're taking a serious tone so far. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
My bullets ache to get inside your tinker head. Up to our knees in Fenian blood surrender, or you'll die. We are the Brickton Billy Boys.
Is this a dream?
Oh, he's waving the white flag.
Look at this shot.
You know, it's a pity. I was looking forward to killing you.
Not the back of a long queue.
My white flag is a flag of truce. Yours is more a flag of surrender.
What do you say, Mr. McCavan? Colour is the same, the outcome is the same. Believe we've friends in common. We should postpone our war.
Your brother left me a hand grenade.
Sends his apologies. Since we're men of similar interests, distribution networks, I thought we might use our temporary settlements for our mutual benefit.
You stand in a yard full of scrap metal and stolen goods and you talk like a politician.
Well, ironically enough.
Charlie simply finds things before they're lost. The nature of the deal is explained in my proposal. I've booked you a suite at the Midland Hotel. If you need anything in this city, just mention my name.
So you want to impress me, Mr. Shelby?
How's that? Also in the envelope is a check. She can use it to buy a black dress, and a black horse with black feathers, to pull a black carriage with your body in it, should you break the terms of the white flag. Now, please, enjoy the city. It's my honor to represent.
Gotcha for now.
They're giving a little more to Isaiah. We talked about that,
talked about that
previous
before.
episodes.
Good.
Yep.
Got to the goalkeepers. They all said £5 was enough for you. I written to the
people that jam their rovers because the phone you put into my house has stopped working. So I'm going to need another one of those.
Okay, once we've got that fixed, then we'll have all the names and numbers of the first division referees. Oh, go on, baby. Come on, listen, mate. No need for that. Yeah. We need you to find out what they like, you know? Want to get some going.
Jeez,
They're all
Arthur.
uncomfortable. The five is nothing to them. We need you to find out what they really like, really. Yes. See, because we can offer them that. Oh, yeah, Shelby Company Limited. We can offer them all the lovely things people like.
He's so good.
We can also offer them protection
There you go.
from the things they don't like.
There we go.
Oh, what is this now?
It's all right, Mrs. Connors. You can carry on. It's just me brother.
Oh.
So tell me how it happened.
They were sleeping downstairs, and then my husband came home. He went downstairs, strangled them, all three of them.
And you've brought their bodies here today with you.
Proof, Mr. Shelby.
Oh.
Their singing was the only
Arthur's
pretty thing in my
feeling the
life.
same way we are.
Are you?
I don't care, my husband beats me, but not this.
They mean everything to her. It'd be like if it was somebody's dogs.
Oh, I know.
We will speak to your husband. My brother here will go to the Bull Ring Market today and buy you 3 new goldfinches and have them delivered to your door. But, same colours and, feathers.
That'll make him pause, even when he's drunk. Good day, Mr. Shelby.
I thought we were going down this way, and
Yeah, well,
Bravo, though, Mrs. Connors, the actress. That was awesome.
yeah, well the husband's clearly a piece of shit, but Arthur.
Yes.
Anyway, look, that list of losers. How much have we made on the football? 10 grand this week.
Ooh.
wow.
So I promise, Tom, maybe we should
That's
put him on
a
a track.
lot.
Just a thought.
Finn.
You know his face?
No, it's Chinese.
Oh, boy.
No.
Chinese in our pub.
Oh boy. And there's somebody with Finn.
Yep, Finn's going down a path.
Mr. Arthur.
Look at that jacket.
Sometimes I wonder, is this heaven? Doesn't smell like heaven. So I would say I have survived.
Like Ra's al Ghul.
What happened to Maggie?
You don't like me?
I like everything. I like everything.
Guess who's calling?
Yeah.
You should answer the phone, Mr. Shelby.
Mickey, bring that phone here now.
Arthur! Arthur! I sent a woman with a gun to your youngest brother's office.
All right, Finn.
Wait. What the f is going on?
What's he kind of smiling?
You don't need to do anything to get my attention. Now, what exactly do you want?
Do you have a match, Mr. Shelby?
Yeah. Arthur will light it up.
You die.
Oh, the tension.
Hold your fire, brother. Hold your fire.
I'm all right. She fired into the ceiling.
Finn's all right.
Could have killed somebody upstairs.
Where's Isaiah to just take her out right now?
Oh, he's guarding the Billy Boys.
Any order, Tommy? Yes or no? At ease. I said at ease.
I liked that little bit of a snort that he had with Arthur. Just an animal.
That's his pit bull.
Given the circumstances of what he's been doing this season, he's just anything.
Well, this season.
Stevedores were held at gunpoint. Chinese unloaded the cargo by the lights of lanterns. A foreman at the dock estimated there was 7 tons of this stuff.
Oh,
7.
I made a note at the time.
Tommy knows more than Chang thinks.
Yeah.
I spoke to that particular foreman, and I worked out that 7 tons of pure oak crystals would be worth approximately £1,190,000 on international markets.
Big crash, Wall Street. Now we all keep our ears open for opportunities. What's going on?
Hey, Finn.
We are conducting a piece of business.
Shut a gun to my head.
The trousers are dry. He didn't piss himself off. Well done, Finn. Arthur here tells me we should put you on the tracks. It'll be a good day for you after all, Finn.
If I sit up on the streets, I'll
All right, come on.
So exciting here at Shelby Limited.
This is a gift, Mr. Shelby. Just off goodwill.
How's the idea? I'll check.
Oh, look at this entrance of ball. Not the shoes.
That's what
You're
Michael,
fired.
That's what Michael had on his shoes.
4 days. Up the Grand Union from Poplar to here. Half the cargo was coal, and underneath the coal, pure crystal.
I vote against it.
No.
They need somewhere safe to store it. All we have to do is take it up the canal and keep it here for a week.
We don't with the Chinese, though, Tom. Dad always said it.
Ask yourself, would he turn down £250,000? Drive 4 boats up the canal with no prospect of inspection?
Sounds like a deal.
I vote against it, Tom.
2 against 1.
£250,000. That's half of what Michael lost in Chicago. I will ask him to take charge of this business.
Michael's position will be reinstated in the company.
This period of quarantine will be over.
Arthur's like, you son of a.
The cuts, smelling of wood smoke and bacon.
Sounds good.
Which one of Charlie's gypsy did he quit friends do you trust, Tom? Eh? With a cargo worth £1 million.
Already made provision. I'm needed at a meeting. Let's vote.
It's made a
Those in
provision.
favour?
Just because we want to see the anarchy.
Look at her.
Motion carried.
Tell Charlie we need 4 boats, 4 tons of coal before it gets dark. Sails out tonight.
I'm surprised Arthur didn't say off right there.
And get them 3 songbirds, Arthur.
That's right, the songbirds.
Tommy watched that one.
Well, I mean, hey, if they make back half of what Michael lost, things might not be too bad for the Shelbys. Plus, they're making $10,000 a week with soccer.
What have you heard, Paul?
The man you cut went to the police.
Wait a minute, went to the police?
Is she with him?
If she was, it would be your fault, Arthur.
After that,
I would also say it is time to give up on Linda.
that's fair.
Find someone else who might be able to put your fires out.
To let that bird be free.
I know it's hard because they got child.
Record though, Paul. Oh, George! That's it. That's it.
We still got work to do, man.
I actually wanted more.
Gotta get those birds.
I wanted more out of that scene.
Oh, boy.
Whiskey?
Thank you, no.
Thank you, no. I'm going to start saying that. Thank you, no.
For reasons I can't divulge, I need to keep Jimmy McCavern alive.
But I've already got a time and a place for the killing.
I've already done it. Already done all the hard work.
Space.
When that business is done, it's all yours. You could avenge the death of your son in any way you see fit.
You mean when you check that little stopwatch you've got that controls the turning of the earth?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then you will marry and you will settle.
Marry? Marry who, Mr. Shelby? Just let me understand you. Do you mean that Polly is part of this deal?
Yeah.
What?
Will she do? Wait,
Well,
what?
holy Lord God.
She has her own strategies, and we are of the same blood. She will marry you, but only if you agree to postpone any attack on McCavern until this business is done.
So she is some young gypsy bride that's yours to give away.
Young she is, when she's barefoot on the cobbles.
What about it then, Mr. Shelby? If it's going to be done in the old way, well, you know, you throw in a few coloured ponies or...
You were invited, Polly will be there. There will be candles and violins and dancing. Polly wants you to propose in the proper way, and then she will give you her terms of acceptance. Inviting you for this purpose was Polly's idea.
Oh, her idea.
To get Michael back in.
Yeah, all a part of it.
You can't read.
I don't read.
Yeah, apparently it's about love. Polly says that for now, love must defeat revenge.
This is wild.
This is...
God, what a... Yes, keep.
Well, another deal.
You can't read? I don't read.
That was great.
I believe that the leaders of my own party have been very foolish. Reject it.
Oh, boy.
And he's doing the dirty work for them. Oh, we got a new player entering the mix. Look at the
big is
size of that cigar.
Already don't trust the son of...
That was like this big around.
Looks like the guy on the cover of a Warren's hit album, Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich.
More drinking. I still don't know how they get anything done.
Anything accomplished? They're all half in the bag.
That's just a sip.
He's been doing sips all episode.
Share a philosophy. I'm a patron. I also gave him a lot of money.
And this date is your wife's birthday.
The party is for her.
And she likes ballet, your wife.
Why wouldn't she?
It's just... Well, you see, I did some research into her.
Some research?
Into her past.
Watch it.
Oh, shit.
Now that we are going to be conquering the world together, we need to have no secrets. We should know each other's weaknesses. Your wife has led an interesting life. It may even be possible that as a younger man in Birmingham, I came across her. My friends and I would sometimes go to nightclubs in the south of town.
Well, if you recognize her, maybe you can talk about old times, eh?
If we have met before, your wife and I could even renew our acquaintance.
Easy.
So no secrets, and yes, you are invited to stay the night with whichever member of your family finds favour. Now, if you don't mind, I was about to leave. I need to lock up my office.
Those straight finger drags just...
Actually, I will come alone. In society, you are judged by your hospitality. I will expect adventure.
What is the delivery on this guy?
His delivery is exceptional.
Such rogues we are, aren't we?
It's voice.
Sing like songbirds in the house. And then afterwards, relieve ourselves in the bodies of whomever we choose.
That's very descriptive.
Should be quite a party.
Ooh. Forbidding is forbidden.
Yeah, well, you haven't saved your world, the world with your like Tommy has.
Well, according to Ada.
Just saying, if we're doing the one-upsmanship here.
Well, it's still a work in progress.
There's one.
That's one way to deal with Mosley. That's the old Tommy, though. Is he gonna hit that gift from our new friend? From
You have to listen
Brilliant
to the
Chain?
voices that you hear. Do what they tell you to do. You don't even have to rub the lamp anymore to summon the genie. It wasn't the blue stone, Tommy. It was you.
Yeah.
It was you.
Oh, she's bleeding.
His mind is playing some really interesting tricks on him.
Yeah, he's been shattered this whole season.
You know, maybe he's always had that there for him. Because we've seen twice now this season that...
With the horse and
the mines. And now this?
Dude, what?
I am Batman.
That's what it looked like, the back shot with the lighting. That's what I was thinking, too.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. Everything's tied to Grace.
Dude, everything's coming back.
Oh.
Just slowly.
Who is it?
It's Tommy's car outside. It's him. I'll get it. What's happened?
Nothing's happened. All right.
Come in. Do you want a drink?
No.
No?
No.
He wants the communists to consider his new party as fraternal, which means his activities are now part of your official remit, yeah?
Mr. Shelby, it's 2 a.m. You can make a report any time.
Why don't you stay tonight?
He's really not sleeping.
Well, then at least throw away your rope. It's that causes the visions. Just throw it away. While it's there, it's a temptation. How much have you got left?
7 tons.
7 tons?
She doesn't know yet.
Hate for it to run out, Ada. Do me a favour. When that kid of yours arrives, keep it away from me.
Keep it away from me? Gee.
I was going to say, could you at least give a little more than just keep it away from me? Like,
Nope.
I'm bad luck.
I mean, I think Ada.
And I'm invited.
You and
are,
Gina.
Michael.
Why?
Because he wants to give you the chance to come back properly.
And I'm getting married.
I'm going to get proposed, and I want you there to see it.
Coal haulage.
Yeah, Tommy thinks he can find distribution for it here.
And this coal, is it Snow White?
No, golden brown. This is your opportunity, Michael. There is more money in this than there is in all the other parts of our business put together.
Yes. Come on, Michael. We all
Tommy
voted
knows
yes.
what I'll to people.
Tommy knows what whiskey does to people. Got an ABE for selling it.
I'll speak to Gina.
What?
I'll consult my wife.
Run your hands through it. Get it under your skin and then see if Gina will let you lay a finger on her.
Gina's used to a certain lifestyle.
I think golden brown is more to her taste. Especially when you tell her how much money you're going to earn.
Aunt Paul knows her. Just by that little bit of time. Well, and especially what she said to Aunt Paul, too, so.
Matt, we like to go straight.
Oh, 10 sacks to start with, so you can test the market, and we'll deal in bulk loads. Cash payment, unloading, £10,000.
Well, for that amount, it'll have to be a check.
Don't take checks.
It'll be a check.
I will take a check if it's guaranteed by our mutual friend in London, Mr. Mosley.
Oh.
Put her there. Well, they could have did the spitting in the mouth thing like the program.
Won't your Chinese friends expect the 7 tons that leaves London to still be 7 tons when it reaches Liverpool?
Leave that to me, Mr. McKevin.
Oh, Jesus.
You have some kind of death wish, Mr. Shelby.
Well,
He's
if you only
going to
knew.
tell the Chinese it wasn't him that did it. Oh, he doesn't like it.
he didn't. Charlie didn't
He's
see the
going to
drink.
tell him that old Jimmy skimmed off the top.
This could only go bad.
When you've
Well,
unpacked, there should
yeah,
be a
well.
girl laid on for you. Mr. Shelby is a socialist and believes in equality of service for all classes.
Look at that top hat.
There'll be an interval at 9 o'clock. Say that you're feeling tired and we'll leave.
Well, if you see a duke, introduce me.
My God, that's something you like about England. Gina, I've been made an offer.
This is what we're going to tell her?
We agreed the baby will be born in New York, remember?
The job is haulage, supply, transport. Tommy has made contact. Tommy has made contact with Chinese suppliers who have plantations in the Afghan hills. Pure grade.
The portrait of Tommy, it's like he's watching him right now.
Stand to make approximately £1 million per annum. The company will make 3. We could go to New York whenever we wanted on our own plane.
Well, when you put it that way.
For £1 million a year, we do.
I mean
What
pounds
happens
a
if
year?
you get caught?
Like a
Tommy has
1930?
friends. If the ship gets stopped, it'll be the Chinese who hang. Think about it, Gina. When we move into our house, our room for entertaining will be twice this size.
Seriously, damn, Gina, just think about it.
Boy, he is really selling Gina on materialism.
We'll be able to afford dukes, duchesses, and maybe a princess or 2.
And the painting on the wall will be of you. His Tommy Shelby will be gone, and it will be Michael Gray arranging the ballet.
Where will Tommy be?
Where he wants to go to most.
She didn't even have to say it.
Lord.
Actually, I think Mr. Mosley's a baronet.
That's just the scarf.
What the is Tommy anyway?
Gosh, she really is trying to take Tommy out.
My house, my wife, Madam White.
Some necking as we
Passionate necking.
passionate necking.
Look at that
I
feather.
won't get announced.
We have brandy.
Wow.
I also have a list of options for the end of the evening. You'll notice that the maids wear name tags. We hired them specially for those guests staying the night. All things are available except the ballerinas
Well, that's what he's going to want.
and the queen amongst the Romanies. And I, too, am unavailable.
Not one mention of.
I wouldn't be telling him what he can't have right off the bat because that's what he's going to want.
There's something I didn't tell you about this evening.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
It's a pile of bodies. Floating by. Let them go, Lizzie. Let them go.
You got me now.
So that's why you brought me in here, to lay your claim.
There's there's dead animals all around you.
And it's a start, I suppose.
He lays a f***ing hand on you. You will be meat for Johnny Dogs.
You were
Bruce
indisposed when I arrived.
I didn't get announced. I had to take my scarf off and throw it.
In society, you greet a guest. You don't leave them hanging, looking around like a f***ing dog. If I sign a check guarantee for this man, it is proof of a connection between me and him. Something you could later use against me.
Why would I want to move against you?
You know what I do? You said you did research on me. Yeah, boy. You're in my bubble.
Yeah, it's like...
But now you will learn my weakness is a tendency to trust people. Do you have a pen?
All the coats I've ever had in my life, I've never had the pen in the pocket. Right here.
Well, maybe you should have some class.
Shit, he signed it.
Have you?
Yeah.
Liar.
Mr. Shelby.
I carry a pen in my pocket when I MC
I know you had
shows.
no classical education, but just realized you're the perfect balance between the gods Dionysus and Apollo.
Big ballpoints, nothing fancy. Don't feel bad.
So, did you know?
What? Oh, that tonight's special guest might have f***ed you when you were a nightclub hostess.
Oh, boy.
Yes or no?
Yes. Shit.
From across the room.
Yeah.
Actually, it was an evening wasted with the champagne and brandy you bought me. As I recall, it was the booze that put you to sleep a little prematurely.
Ladies and gentlemen, the dance is about to begin.
In the drink.
A girl. Job, Lizzie.
Mr. Mosley, a toast, if I may.
Oh, boy.
The beginning of something more. Happy birthday, Lizzie.
He gives her a wink.
Swipe.
It just says,
Just come with me.
Get the approval.
just Mosley's face.
Oh, so this is how you do an at-home ballet. You set up a tent, small stage. Oh, she's getting a taste for the finer things in life, like private ballet.
And she sees Tommy in the way of things.
Yeah, she sees Tommy in the way.
That's our Arthur. What else did you expect?
Like you can see him.
Yeah, Gina's very ambitious.
Peace. Is that our guy throwing rocks from over her shoulder?
No, that's Michael throwing coal. Oh, no, it is. Those
it's
cold.
I think Michael was going to throw coal at his mom in that dress at the ballet.
To show her that he's accepted it or whatever.
Mason Quinn's intuition is never wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
We
boy.
found something he likes.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Well, Michael, you know what you have to do according to the Tommy Shelby?
Oh, no.
Will you marry me, a poor commoner who loves you?
She's saying yes!
What is going... This episode. Oh, no.
Oh, who's this now? Who is this? Chinese find out they skim? It wouldn't have been a week yet.
Let's.
before the swan dies.
Oh, Polly, you got a way with words.
Oh, no one's in that car.
No one's in either of the cars.
No one's in the car. Oh, no.
What has she got behind her back? What has she got behind her back?
I heard there was a family occasion.
No.
Is she going to take out Arthur or herself?
Look, I'm sorry, Linda. That animal inside me, it comes out and I can't stop it.
Oh, she's going to try to help you.
She's going to try to put him down.
Without you, I can't. Come inside, please.
She's going to take herself out.
No, she's going to take out Arthur.
May you Peaky Blinders all rot in hell.
Tommy's going to do something.
No.
She took her...
She hit Arthur. Oh.
She took herself.
I don't think
she took herself.
Somebody else took her out.
Somebody else did. Who
Isaac.
was it? Polly. Oh, holy cow.
Oh, look at it. Perfect for what just happened.
Well, it's before the swan dies.
The mirror, the way they just did that to symbolize what
look
just
at
happened.
the red.
What is Arthur going to do now?
Oh,
wow.
Are you not entertained by this show?
What an episode. I mean, this had everything.
My goodness.
This absolutely, folks, I don't even know where to begin. Look, I think sometimes, for me at least, I kind of get lost in Peaky Blinders, just in how good everybody's performance is and how good the stories are. And I was kind of thinking about it during this episode that Cillian Murphy has been absolutely crushing it since day one. And this episode in particular, I don't know why, but for some reason, this episode in particular, his performance really stuck out. Look, since this season started, he has been absolutely shattered with seeing grace. Everybody's coming for him. I mean, he's got enemies everywhere, enemies that he sometimes has to make a deal with. The Billy Boys, Chang and the Chinese, I had to write them down. He's got everybody in politics with Mosley. Let's not forget, Tommy's also working as a spy to infiltrate the party and report back.
To Younger.
So not only Younger, but he's reporting back to try to undermine the party that not Ada, Edie, the union rep.
Oh, Jess.
Jess. So he's working on that. He's got all these angles he's working. He's spread so thin, and I just think sometimes Edie. Sometimes I just forget to give Cillian Murphy the credit because this episode, he really stuck out to me in this one with everything that he was going through. Just his whole character is just wrecked. Everybody's coming for him. The deals that he's having to make. We kind of talked about it before with some of the earlier episodes of the season and how Peaky Blinders, if you look at it, everybody's having to constantly level up. Tommy's having to level up to meet his opponents and to eventually beat them. And so many things happened in this episode I didn't expect. Didn't expect Mr. Gold to be getting married to Aunt Polly. I did not see that coming. She was apparently all for it because I didn't know how to take it when Tommy first said that was part of the deal. Now Mosley, keeping with the love connection game, if you will, now Mosley sees something that he likes, which happens to be Gina, who is Michael's pregnant wife. So I don't know how that's going to play out. And they just did such an amazing job in this episode. Look, I know a lot of you folks said you didn't care for season 5 or maybe didn't like it as much as the others, but so far up to this point, I am loving everybody's character development, from Michael trying to find his way back, from everything that Arthur's going through now to what he's going to eventually go through, seeing his wife taken out right in front of him because she was going to take him out. And of course, with what Tommy's going through, even Finn, they gave him a little bit of time. We talked about Isaiah as kind of a guy who's kind of lurking in the shadows and slowly leveling up, and nobody's really kind of paying attention, so to speak. So this episode was just incredible. I mean, that finish, how they paired it with Swan Lake, I believe it was called, and with the spinning camera work and the music and everything was just incredible. The last handful of minutes with this scene when the car was pulling up, we didn't know what to expect, was just awesome. This episode was fantastic, and big shout out again to Cillian Murphy, because I really feel like sometimes, yes, Tommy's the main character and driving everything, but I think it can be sometimes be easy to forget his performance, because I just see him as Tommy Shelby. You forget that this is actually a guy acting, and bravo.
Well, yeah, that's because that's how good of a job he's doing. Like the performance speaks for itself. I mean, when we started this episode and you saw Jimmy pulling up, I was like, "Well, is this what we're getting?" And then I can't remember which one of you guys said you saw a white flag in it, and just like, what is he doing now? And once again, it's someone that he's going to war with, but he's got to have some sort of deal with first. And now I'm interested in how that's going to go, because like he said, he's going to skim some off. So what I'm thinking is he's going to tell the Chinese, well, this was not my idea whatsoever. I think it's Jimmy trying to do that. And so I think he's going to cause them to have the friction. So then that way it kind of pushes it off of Tommy for a little bit. But at the same time, he promised Mr. Gold that, and did you see down to like the second that freaking Gold had for where and when he was going to take Jimmy out? Yep. He had the alley. He had a woman that didn't like him give up his information. He had the watchtower and
getaway
something
car.
else.
He had the getaway car,
for
the
sound,
Bentley.
and the Bentley for the getaway car. He had it like, dude was. I mean, but. You know, obviously I've never been in that situation, but yeah, if you're there and you saw someone take out your son, yeah, you're going to do everything you damn well please. But I think the only thing that was stopping him was that he's getting married to Aunt Paul. Oh, that is going to be such a marriage made in heaven or hell, whichever you think it would be. But those two are destined to do great things together, because once again, another great episode and great acting by them. And then just all the interactions. Like, I'm loving every single interaction, because I honest to God don't know where it's going between Tommy and Oswald Mosley, because you just don't know what's going on. Because I have researchers, and I also have researchers, so that they know everything about each other. So they're trying to find each other's weaknesses, which I thought was great. And then back to Tommy, where he keeps seeing Grace and keeps going through everything that's going wrong, so much so that he even talked to Esme about it, talked to Ada about it, because, you know, he doesn't really let that wall down. And then she even asked, are you seeing your doctor? And he's like, I canceled it. Well, maybe you should go back to seeing the doctor. And
he's like, no, we're still on the ship.
We're still on this stuff, and just never got off that ship. And then their dad got mentioned a few times, because even Arthur, who's trying to be the voice of reason, which might even be the voice of reason. I mean, he's been the voice of reason before, but on very small scale. But he said Dad never did any deals with the Chinese, and so I hope they elaborate even more on that, because I think that'd be really interesting. But my God, yes, I understand why people would say 5 and 6 maybe weren't as good, but because of how good 3 and 4 were. But this is still holding up really well. And it's still really, really good and entertaining and keeping me captivated.
Let the record show you voted yes to work with the Chinese, so we all voted yes.
Well, we all voted yes. I just want more. I want to hear more about it, because Arthur was like, Dad always said no deals with the Chinese. So I want to know what happened and what transpired, because we don't know too much about that aspect. No.
You know, the only thing that threw me off a little bit about the deal with the Chinese is if he was coming with this just incredible proposition for Tommy and the Peaky Blinders, maybe it was just a show of power, like, hey, don't mess with us or we can get to you. But the purpose behind having a firearm put to Finn's chin, you know, obviously he showed up, he got let in to sit down and do the deal. He could have had the same dialogue with Tommy, put the product across the table, said this is what we're planning, this is what we're offering. I'm unsure of...
Well, didn't Tommy steal the delivery? Because he knew everything about the delivery and what was missing and where it was at. That was the what I got was that Tommy had the product.
Tommy Tommy doesn't have the product.
That's what I was.
No, just Tommy knew everything
because he came in looking for it. He knew everything about the foreman and everything. I don't know. I could be wrong. Might have to go back. Either way.
Well, no. Tommy doesn't have it because that's what the Chinese need is to store it at Tommy's place for 7 days. Remember that the shipment came in.
Mm-hmm.
The Chinese can't get it out for 7 days, so they want Tommy to store it.
Gotcha.
I don't believe he has it at this point. But again, in any regard, and that just might be me. I was like, wait a minute, they just did a good business deal? Why they got to do Finn like that? But in any regard, another phenomenal episode for you. I'm answered kind of going off of what you said. I'm having a very difficult time wrapping my head around why people didn't like this season. And the only thing that I can go back to is the people who felt like they strayed away from the historical accuracies of what the Peaky Blinders really were, and that they told stories of them being involved in politics when that's not really what they were. From everything that I've read, they were more kind of the betting, kind of, illegal, kind of on the not so on the up and up side of things. So that's the only reason that I can really fathom as far as this particular season, because for me, the writing and the storytelling has been absolutely phenomenal, and this one kept it to the floor. And the thing that they're doing such a good job of is they're doing the old Lost on me, where the end of every episode, it's just I gotta watch the next one right away. I gotta watch it. Of course, our schedule doesn't allow it, and so this is all first time watches for us. I'm not going home and binging it, but I thought the writing was phenomenal, from the story to the Chinese, getting Michael back in business, kind of testing his wife Gina, like, okay, well, your husband's going to be dealing in opium, but how much money? And she's at this party, she just wants to meet a princess or a duke, or so that was interesting there. The everything with Mosley and Lizzie and that confrontation, you can imagine how difficult that would have been. That was very intriguing. Mosley and Tommy having that dialogue, the quote, the only thing that's forbidden is forbidding, and then they did that shot right at the end with Mosley looking at Michael's wife. And Michael's not Arthur, but he's also not one who's willing to put up with any shit. And they gave us very clear indicators in this episode and in previous episodes how high Michael puts Grace up on a pedestal in the level of importance.
Oh, you mean Gina?
Or Gina, excuse me, not Grace. Gina, yeah. How much Michael values Gina. And so there's no way if Mosley's like, well, that's what I want, Michael's going to, no fucking way, deal's off. So, unless, of course, Gina's character was like, ooh, this is part of this lifestyle. Well, I'm in on it, which who knows? It could be so wrong on that, but she might
flip.
I don't know. She might find it like part of the whole exciting lifestyle, because we don't know a ton of her backstory in New York, other than it's kind of been implied that she comes from wealth. But look, maybe she wants the lifestyle. So that was really interesting. Of course, the truce with the Billy boys is interesting. I didn't think Aberama would have gone for any sort of truce, but Tommy told him, look, when we're done with our business, you can have it your way. Plus, you're going to marry Paul, which, again, it was like, hey, is this a business deal? But nope, Paul seemed like she was all about it. So happy for those two. And then, of course, the big finish. Man, I don't know what this is going to do to Arthur. I don't know what it's going to do to Arthur, how he's going to ever rebound from this. Paul obviously had to take out Linda, but Linda was going to take out Arthur. So does Arthur have any ill will towards Aunt Paul now? I mean, just so much incredible writing put into another episode, and again, just kudos to the writing, the acting, the one-on-ones, just everything. I thought this episode was absolutely phenomenal. And this season for me so far is every bit as good as previous seasons.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that ending whatsoever. So thank you, Linda, for your service in the show, because you are donezo. So I'm wondering, like you, Dave, I'm wondering how Arthur is going to take this now, because he's made it very clear that he cannot go on without Linda. He was ready for Linda to end him. I think that's the only way that he was really going to accept death at this point. We know he was going to accept it in season 1 because of what he did to that kid, or season 2, whatever it was, after he beat him to death. But he was ready for Linda to do what she was going to do. I'm really surprised. Well, I shouldn't say I'm really surprised, but I kind of am that Linda would have gotten to that point to where she had to do that. But her words there made it very clear that the disdain she has for the Peaky Blinders and the Shelbys is she's over it, she's done, and she's going to do basically an Arthur to Arthur is how she wanted to meet that. So now with Aunt Paul doing that, I'm curious if Arthur is just going to let bygones be bygones, so to speak, and accepting that Aunt Polly stood up for him in a moment where Arthur wasn't going to do anything, at least in my opinion, because the way he shut his eyes, he was basically,
he was ready.
I'm good. Yep. You can do it, Linda, kind of thing. So that is what I'm really looking forward to in the next episode. I do hope they give that some time between the characters to give some dialogue, let it breathe, whatever it may be, because not saying they would, but we've seen in The Walking Dead, if you've seen the show, sometimes they're in big scenes like that, a la Merle, Daryl Dixon, of course, whatever. I don't want to spoil if anyone hasn't seen it. So now with Aunt Paul and Mr. Gold, I am kind of taken back a little bit about
you never trusted Gold. Look,
I never trusted.
Never did.
Still don't. But, for now, hey, is what it is. I'm really surprised Aunt Paul basically created that situation of like, well, if you'll marry me, we can do X, Y, Z, and I'm pretty sure some of that was motivated behind Michael, even though they didn't really say that in there. I just got to imagine Michael had some kind of play. She was thinking about Michael somehow, some way in that situation to make sure Tommy still gets what he wants, but also making sure Michael's taken care of and out of this quarantine, or however he said that with Michael. Gina gives me really bad vibes. Every time I feel like Gina's talking about Tommy, it's like we need Tommy removed from this picture. So I'm starting to really worry about Gina's true intentions here.
Well, I think she wants to be the queen. She
wants Michael to be the boss.
She all about told that.
Yeah, this is Arthur and Linda almost part 2.0, but Linda just wanted Arthur out of the life.
Yeah.
Versus where Gina wants I want it all, and I want you to be top dog. So I'm curious now, especially with the way that Mosley, it's all they needed to do. And I'm pretty sure 9 out of 10 people that saw that were like thinking the same thing we were is like, that's what he's going to go for. So I'm wondering now, at some point, Mosley's going to try doing what Mosley does, and then Tommy's going to kind of get a whiff of that, and then just tee up Michael to do what Tommy doesn't have to do. And maybe that's what's the final nail for Michael to be out of the doghouse completely. Because we were asking, what's it going to take?
Yeah.
Well, right now he's on step 1 with the coal and the 7 tons of opium. Is the final step for him. When I'm predicting Tommy's going to notice that at some point. I know we only have 2 episodes left, so maybe it's such a really wild, way off prediction here. But
Oswald
if Tommy gets
and say it though.
Well, he could walk up to Tommy in our honest relationship. I want Gina,
Give me that one.
Give me that one.
That's right.
And then Tommy, I think he's going to set up Michael to do it, and then that's what's going to be making them square, because Michael's going to take out him, but also have protections in place for when that's going to happen. That's just a wild prediction of mine.
I don't think it's too wild, honestly.
It might not be, but Tommy and the Billy Boys making that kind of deal with their truce with the white flags, and just the slight camaraderie they had that much in that little tunnel down there, that much where he's like, you're not that bad.
Or just realize we're not that much different. I think
they're not. It's just Tommy has done what he's done in a different kind of way. They do what they do in just a slight different way, but it all has basically the same endings at the end of the day almost for the situations.
And you saw Charlie take a cigarette right into the into there.
Charlie just hates it. We all that was just a clear sign this is bad. Like I don't know how
has Charlie ever really been down for anything?
No,
that is also true. That is very.
Charlie just hates it all. It's like, man, I'm just
right from the start. He was saying,
working this shipyard and everything is
always
just
a bad idea.
shit.
I'm just Tommy's uncle. Just like, why do you keep putting this on my plate?
Yeah,
While Curly's living his best life.
Yeah, and I'm probably missing some other stuff here in the episode, but those were kind of like my highlights that were takeaways. Again, I can't wait to see what Arthur's going to do for the next episode because Linda is gone thanks to Aunt Polly. They have a kid, or what was it, 2 kids or 1 kid? Either way, he has a child with Linda, and Linda's gone by family.
Well, if to kind of think about your prediction, Diamond Dave, about the whole Gina, Michael, Mosley situation. Look, and they haven't given me enough of Gina in the series yet so far. What I'm wondering is, does she love Michael or does she love the life? Because if all she wants is the life, hell, she could get that with Mosley. He's a member of Parliament or whatever.
He's a lord.
I didn't even.
I'm thinking,
bro. I didn't even think about that.
I don't even think they're even going to have to twist her arm. I think she's going to go for it. That'll leave Michael heartbroken and angry, and Tommy's going to have to hold somebody else back from wanting to kill somebody because you can't just kill a member of Parliament or a lord and not have it be a big deal.
Because they painted the picture that she is like very materialistic.
Because that's how Michael was selling her.
Tell her about it. I'm sure she'll love how much money you're making. And then he's talking about
no.
He wasn't saying you're going to get to come home. I'll come home to you every day with our kids running around and we're going to have this. Like, no, he had to sell her on the house and the paintings and the Dutches, the lords and
because she
whatever.
was all about going. Like, we have to go to New York, £1 million per year. So we're here then, huh? But we always have to come back. Okay, they can go.
So that's my early prediction.
I get it. They're really painting her that way, so I could. Yeah. Oh, Dave.
Dude.
Well, and hey, bravo to Lizzie. By the way, I can't forget that. Bravo to Lizzie for standing her ground.
That was awesome.
And
right into the drink.
Right into the drink. That was awesome by Lizzie. So, and I love the little laughter moment that Aunt Polly and Lizzie had there after Tommy and Mosley went away. That was good to finally have that moment because I feel like Lizzie and Aunt Polly sometimes just take these subtle shots at each other whenever they can. So that was good to see that moment between them too.
Well, I wonder, let me know if you know in the comments, was that wink that Tommy gave her, was that in the script or did he like do that himself? Because I thought that was pretty cool that they threw that in there. If he just improv that to see
that was
and maybe the director was like, we'll see how that plays out, and he sees it and he's like, and the director saw it and was like, I kind of like it. So kind of liking it. Well, more like kind of loving this season. This has been so much fun. This show is amazing. I hope you all are enjoying it as much as we are. Like,
she's smiling a little bit.
It's always a treat.
We're looking at Gina whenever.
Damn, Gina! Quit looking at Mosley. This is going to be so much fun. We cannot wait for the next episode, just like you can't, unless you binged it already. So for Appleton Oak,
they did.
Diamond Dave, that's Mason Quinn. Of course, the answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.